morning, dear students. See, in the last class, we discussed about Model 3 in that solar energy. In the solar energy, we discussed about one thing, that is production of solar grade silicon by union carbide process, and another one is photovoltaic cell, construction and working of photovoltaic cell. After the solar energy, coming to the next another one unit in the case of model 3, that is energy system, that is fuel cells. So before going to a fuel cells, first coming to the energy. So energy, it is defined as ability to do work or capacity to do work, it is called as an energy, in which there is a various forms of various energies are observed in the environment, like mechanical energy, thermal energy, heat energy, chemical energy, electrical energy, etc., in which whatever the chemical energy obtained, so that chemical energy, it is converted into a different types of energies like electrical energy, etc., in which to convert chemical energy into an electrical energy, we are going to use two types of devices. One is an energy storage devices, another one is an energy conversion devices. These are the two type of devices which is observed to convert chemical energy into an electrical energy. First, coming to the energy storage devices, for example batteries. In the case of batteries, what happen, initially we are going to store a chemical energy inside the battery, then it undergo a redox reaction, it converts chemical energy present inside the cell into an electrical energy. So these type of devices called as batteries are energy storage devices. For example, you take a lead acid battery. In the case of lead acid battery, inside that battery, whatever the anode, cathode, electrolyte material is required, it is stored inside. Later, it undergoes a redox reaction. It converts chemical energy into an electrical energy. First one. Coming to the second, another one type of devices, that is energy conversion devices, for example fuel cells. Fuel cells are the energy conversion devices. These fuel cells converts whatever the chemical energy we are supplying from the outside into an electrical energy. So these type of devices called as an fuel cells. So fuel cells are defined as these are the energy conversion devices converts chemical energy of the fuel into an electrical energy through combustion of the fuel called as a fuel cell. Whatever the devices are having ability to convert whatever the chemical energy present in a fuel into an electrical energy, that type of devices called as a fuel cells. In this fuel cell, the chemical energy of the fuel, it is converted into an electrical energy through combustion of the fuel. So these type of devices called as a fuel cells. Our fuel cell, it is also defined as fuel cells are the devices converts chemical energy into an electrical energy through a catalyzed redox reaction with the elimination of minimum harmful byproducts called as a fuel cell. Means whatever the devices are having ability to convert a chemical energy of a fuel into an electrical energy with the elimination of minimum harmful byproducts like water and carbon dioxide through an catalyzed redox reaction, means a redox reaction in the presence of catalyst. That type of devices are also called as an fuel cells. Therefore fuel cells, it is defined as so coming to the fuel cells are defined as these are the devices. Fuel cells are the device converts chemical energy of the fuel, chemical energy of the fuel, chemical energy of the fuel into electrical energy, into electrical energy through combustion, it is called as an fuel cell. Whatever the devices are having ability to convert chemical energy of the fuel into electrical energy through combustion process, that type of devices it is called as an fuel cells. For example, hydrogen oxygen fuel cell, methanol oxygen fuel cell, and another one is an solid oxide fuel cell, etc. These are the some examples of the fuel cell. For example, see, this is one hydrogen oxygen fuel cell. So these hydrogen oxygen fuel cell converts whatever the chemical energy present in a fuel like hydrogen into an electrical energy through combustion of the fuel. So these type of devices called as an fuel cells. Generally, in the case of fuel cell, there are two electrodes are present. There are two electrodes are present in the fuel cell, and it consists of an electrolyte, with anode and another one is with their catalyst. So anode and cathode, it consists of an catalyst also. So this is the construction, which is general construction, which is observed in the case of fuel cell. Generally, fuel cell, it consists of two electrodes. See this diagram. See, this is one electrode, it is an anode. This is another one electrode, it is a cathode. With their catalyst like platinum, it consists of catalysts like platinum. And another one, it mainly consists of electrolytes. Here in this, for example, potassium hydroxide, it acts as an electrolyte. In this fuel cell, to the anode electrode, whatever the electrode which acts as an anode, to the anode electrode, there is a fuel, it is continuously supplied from the outside. To the cathode electrode, whatever the electrode it acts as a cathode, to that cathode electrode, there is an oxidant, it is continuously supplied from the outside. For example, see here, this electrode it acts as an anode, therefore here fuel like hydrogen, it is continuously supplied from the outside. See here, another one, this is act as a cathode, oxidant like oxygen, it is continuously supplied from the outside. So whatever the fuel and oxidant we are supplying to the fuel cell, inside that one it undergo combustion with the presence of electrolyte, in which it converts chemical energy of the fuel into an electrical energy. Is it clear for you? General construction, the basic component which is observed in the fuel cell. There are two basic components observed in the fuel cell. One is two electrodes with their catalyst. Another one is an electrolyte, in which to the anode electrode, whatever the electrode acts as an anode, to that there is an fuel like hydrogen or methanol. It is continuously supplied from the outside. To the cathode electrode, there is an oxidant, it is supplied continuously from the outside, in which whatever the fuel and oxidant we are supplying, it undergo in a redox reaction through the combustion process, converts chemical energy of the fuel into electrical energy, in which coming to the reactions, it is observed in the case of fuel cell reactions. The reactions observed in the case of fuel cells are, here also there is an anode and cathode reaction, it takes place. So first coming to the anode reaction. So generally to the anode electrode we are supplying in a fuel. Therefore whatever the fuel we are supplying, these fuel it undergo oxidation reaction. It will give oxidized product. With the liberation of electron. See, this is the general anode reaction which is observed in the case of fuel cell. Whatever the fuel we are supplying to the cell, it undergo oxidation reaction, it will give oxidized product with the liberation of electron. But in the case of cathode reaction, so coming to the cathode reaction which is observed, so the cathode reaction is, To the cathode electrode, whatever the oxidant we are supplying, these oxidant gaining the liberated electron at the anode, gaining the liberated electron, it will form a reduced product with the liberation of energy. Is it clear for you? This is the general reaction which is observed in the case of fuel cell. In the case of fuel cell also, there is an anode reaction, cathode reaction, it takes place because whatever the combustion process it is observed, it takes place due to the redox reaction, in which at the anode whatever the fuel we are supplying undergo oxidation reaction, gives oxidized product with the liberation of electron. At the cathode, whatever the oxidant we are supplying, it gaining the liberated electron, it gives rise to reduced product with the liberation of energy. Is it clear for you? Any doubt in this? Any doubt you can ask now. So in which, coming to the representation of the fuel cell, representation. So like a galvanic cell, fuel cell also represented in one line. Representation. Coming to the representation of the fuel cell it is represented in this way. First fuel, then electrode, then electrolyte, then electrode, then oxidant. See, this is the general representation of the fuel cell. Fuel cell, it is represented in this way. One is in a first we are going to write a fuel, then electrode separated by single vertical line, then an electrolyte separated by single vertical line, then another one electrode separated by single vertical line, then oxidant. So in this way, fuel cell it is represented. Is it clear for you? The general introduction to the fuel cell. See here, this general introduction is very important because later you have two examples in your syllabus for fuel cell, that is construction and working of methanol oxygen fuel cell. Another one is in a solid oxide fuel cell. So there you are going to write representation and reaction. So in which generally you need to remember two things in the case of fuel cell. In the case of fuel cell, there are two electrodes are present, to the one electrode means to the anode electrode there is a fuel, it is continuously supplied. To the cathode electrode there is an oxidant is continuously supplied. This is first one. Second, another one is reactions, in which at the anode whatever the fuel we are supplying undergo oxidation reaction, gives oxidized product with the liberation of energy. At the cathode, whatever the oxidant we are supplying and gaining the liberated electron undergo reduction reaction, gives rise to reduced product with the liberation of energy. And this is the general representation. Is it clear for you? Any doubt in the case of fuel cell?
No, sir.
No, sir.
After this, next coming to the some differences between fuel cell and another one is batteries or energy storage devices. So that is differences between conventional cell means battery and another one is a fuel cell. See, these are the some differences between batteries and fuel cell. Is it clear for you? See, these are the some differences between battery or conventional cell and fuel cell. First one is batteries are the energy storage devices, but fuel cells are the energy conversion devices. Because in the case of batteries, whatever the chemical energy required to convert electrical energy, it is stored inside the cell. Therefore, batteries are called as an energy storage devices. But in the case of fuel cell, whatever called as an energy conversion devices, because whatever the chemical substances required to convert electrical energy, that is an fuel and oxidant, it is continuously supplied from the outside, then it converts. Therefore, it is called as an energy conversion devices. This is first one. Second one is the reactant and products form the integral parts in the case of batteries. But in the case of fuel cell, the reactants and products are continuously supplied from the outside, and whatever the product it is formed, it is continuously removed from the cell. So this is another one. Because in the case of batteries, whatever the reactant and product formed, it should be stored inside the cell only. We are not removing whatever the product formed during the reaction in the case of batteries. But in the case of fuel cell, see here, I think it's there in this diagram. So here whatever the product carbon dioxide and water it is formed, in this way it was going to remove from the outside the cell. Therefore, it is not an integral part of the cell. It is not an integral part of the cell. This is another one. Another one is the active material or the mixture of complex of chemical composition, but here active material is a fuel and oxidant. See, in the case of batteries, whatever the anode reactant, cathode reactant, electrolyte we are using, it should be made by the chemical composition. Therefore, the active material means any reactants are made in chemical substances in the case of batteries. But in the case of fuel cell, the reactants, one is a fuel and another one is an oxidant, not a chemical composition. This is another one. Coming to another one difference, the fuel batteries are create the chemical pollution in the atmosphere, but fuels liberates the less harmful byproducts. Take in the case of batteries first, whatever the product formed, for example, you take nickel metal hydride battery. In the case of nickel metal hydride battery, after the discharging process, there is a nickel hydroxide it is formed. So here whatever the nickel hydroxide it is formed, once that battery is liberated to the atmosphere, discarded, it creates the chemical pollution in the atmosphere because it containing chemical substances. But in the case of fuel cell, whatever the product liberated during the during the reaction, it should be less harmful. Generally, in the case of fuel cell, carbon dioxide and water it is formed as a byproduct. So these carbon dioxide and water having a less harmful to the atmosphere. Therefore, fuel cell cannot create any chemical pollution to the atmosphere. This is another one difference. Another one is the batteries are required recharging, especially the secondary batteries are required in a recharging process. But fuel cells are not required for recharging process. Another one is electrodes are cheaper in the case of batteries, but in the case of fuel cell, electrodes are very cost. Because generally in the case of batteries, either by using a nickel or anode nickel or iron or zinc, we are using anode material and cathode material electrodes. But in the case of fuel cell, generally we are using platinum as an anode electrode or cathode electrode. So in which whatever platinum we are using, it have high cost. Therefore, electrodes in the case of fuel cell, it is high cost, but in the case of batteries are low cost. Is it clear for you? Another one difference between batteries and fuel cell. See, these are the some differences between conventional cell and fuel cell or batteries and fuel cell. See, in your examination for 6 marks, they will ask define fuel cell, explain difference between conventional cell and fuel cell. Conventional cell means battery. You need to write down any 4 to 5 differences like this. Is it clear for you? First one, differences between conventional cell and battery fuel cell. So first one, coming to the difference, first one is batteries are energy storage device, fuel cell are energy conversion device. In the case of batteries, reactant products are integral part, but in the case of fuel cell, there is a continuous movement of fuel and oxidant, and products are continuously removed from outside. Next one, active material in the case of battery is chemical composition. In the case of fuel cell, it is in a mixture of fuel and oxidant. Batteries are create chemical pollution in the atmosphere. Fuel cell liberates the less harmful byproduct to the atmosphere. Another one is batteries required in a recharging process. Fuel cells are not required in a recharging process. Another one is electrodes are very cheaper in the case of batteries, but in the case of fuel cell, electrodes are high cost. Is it clear for you? Any doubt in this conventional cell and batteries differences? So here you need to remember fuel cell definition. These are the devices converts chemical energy of the fuel into electrical energy through combustion. That word combustion you need to write down without fail, because suppose you write down only it converts chemical energy into electrical energy, it become a definition for the batteries. So once you add the word through combustion, that is the definition for the fuel cell. Therefore, you remember in your mind that one word. Fuel cells are the devices converts chemical energy of the fuel into electrical energy through combustion. Is it clear? Any doubt in the differences between batteries and conventional cell? Okay, after these differences between batteries and conventional cell, next coming to the some advantages and disadvantages of the fuel cell. See, these are the some advantages and disadvantages of the fuel cell. See, first one, disadvantages of the fuel cell. See, these are the some disadvantages of the fuel cell. So, first one is fuel cell produces energy as long as fuel and oxidant is continuously supplied. The electrodes are very cost. Power output is moderate, and fuels in the form of gas and oxygen need to storage in a large tanker under high pressure. Reactants are continuously supplied and products are continuously removed from the cell. It is difficult. See, these are the some disadvantages of the fuel cell. So generally in the case of fuel cell, it produces only the energy when we are supplying a fuel and oxidant to the cell. Suppose we stop the supply of fuel and oxygen to the cell, it stops the production of electrical energy. So this is one disadvantage in the case of fuel cell. Another one is whatever the electrodes we are using in the construction of fuel cell, it has high cost. Another one is whatever the voltage it was obtained from this fuel cell, it is in moderate average, not high. This is another one. Another one disadvantage is whatever the fuels we are using in the form of gas like hydrogen, that should be stored in a large tank under high pressure for the continuous supply. Like whatever the oxidant we are using, that is an oxygen, it should be also stored in a large tank under high pressure. So this storage is very difficult. So this is another one disadvantage. And another one disadvantage is to get in a continuous electricity or electrical energy from the fuel cell, we need to supply in a fuel and oxidant mixture continuously to the cell. It is also very difficult. And in which whatever the product formed like carbon dioxide and water, it is also continuously removed from the cell. It is also difficult. So these are the some disadvantages or limitations of the fuel cell. So among these limitations, the fuel cell having some advantages also. Coming to the some advantages of the fuel cell. See, these are the some advantages of the fuel cell. See, these are the some advantages of the fuel cell. So first one, it operates very silently. The power efficiency of the fuel cell is very high and it has high energy density. It is eco-friendly. The space required for the fuel cell is very less and it produces an harmless byproducts to the atmosphere and it produces direct current for a long time. These are the some advantages of the fuel cell. So fuel cells while working, it will not produce any sound. It will work very silently. This is one advantage. and whatever the electricity it is obtained from the fuel cell, it has power efficiency is very high and energy density also is very high, and it should be eco-friendly because whatever the product byproduct liberated from this fuel cell, it is less harmful to the atmosphere. And the coming to the space required, but from the fuel cell it requires a very less space, and product is harmless to the byproduct, whatever the product is harmless to the atmosphere. And another one is fuel cell, it will produce an electrical energy for a long time. Suppose we are supplying in a fuel and oxidant mixture continuously for 1 week, it will produce an electrical energy continuously for 1 week. It will stop the production of electrical energy when we will stop the supply of fuel and oxidant. Therefore, this is one more advantages of the fuel cell, that is it produces the electrical energy for a long time. Is it clear for you? Any doubt in this? So this
No,
is
sir.
first one in the case of fuel cells, that is fuel cell definition, advantage, difference between conventional cell and batteries, and limitations and advantages. Here there is a possibility of two types of question on the basis of this. First one is define fuel cell, explain the differences between conventional cell and battery, or conventional cell and fuel cell. Then these differences between batteries and fuel cell. So these differences you need to write down this one. Is it clear for you? Second, another one possible question is define fuel cell, mention limitations and advantages of fuel cell. So any 4 to 5 advantages and limitation you need to write down. Is it clear for you? Any doubt in this you can ask now. So next, there are two examples is there in your syllabus for fuel cell. One is a methanol oxygen fuel cell and another one is a solid oxide fuel cell. The construction and working of methanol oxygen fuel cell and solid oxide fuel cell we will discuss in next class. Any doubt in this? This is also a very important one, you need to read well. Is it clear for you? See now, I shared engineering chemistry quiz number 4 in Teams assigned already. All of you go through that assignment and you can submit that assignment through Teams. Same way, I submitted engineering chemistry assignment 3 and engineering chemistry quiz number 4. You need to submit these two without fail before due date. Is it clear for you? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? Now all
Yes,
of you
sir.
go to quiz, attend the quiz without fail, all of you. It is mainly based on the metal finishing. Is it over? So one more information for you. See, you need to take the vaccination today without fail. And after taken whatever the certificate you will get, that you need to upload through the link which is provided to you in the circular, whatever the thing I shared in your WhatsApp group. Suppose if you not taken due to your class fear, suppose you are not came to the college today, you come to the college, you can take vaccination without fail, we will give attendance, today's attendance. Is it clear for you? Got it all of you? Those who are taking vaccination in our college today, you will get attendance without fail. So suppose you not taken still no vaccination, come to the college, it is arranged. You can take vaccination without fail. Is it clear? Is it clear for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you one and all. I will continue with next class.